Welcome to the University at Buffalo. I'm Bob Shibley, the Dean at the School of Architecture and Planning and a proud participant in One Region Forward. Thank you for joining us a second time. All of you are repeats. Do we have any new folks in the audience? Welcome, welcome. You'll catch up quickly, I'm sure. What we have today is a kind of build on the base we tried to lay at our last session. So, appropriately enough, we've entitled this one Session 2. The last time we met, we gave you an overview of One Region Forward. We talked about the core elements of sustainability. We talked about the municipal planning process. And we really took a hard look at urban design and open space. We had some pretty good dialogue coming at those issues from the perspective of energy or water or climate or environmental justice. And the conversations that we held and the networking we did felt really comfortable to us. Today we're going to drill down into the core elements of One Region Forward. We're going to look at housing and community development in a little more depth. We're going to look at transportation as the keys to just about every candy store in the One Region Forward supermarket. We're going to look at food system security, and we're going to look at land use. And each of those will have a sort of teaser presentation. And we'll bring the chairs up, and the presenters and a few other folks as well will be available to then have a good conversation on. This afternoon is going to be even more interesting. We will break for lunch, and once again, you're kind of on your own, and those of you who were here last time either brought your lunch or came prepared to be hungry. The discussions that we'll have this afternoon are in two categories. One, Compliments of Open Buffalo, is a real kind of close look at how to think about community organizing, how to deal with kind of political action strategies, the whole focus of organizing to act. And a parallel piece to that will be a second workshop. Again, you'll have to choose between the two, unfortunately, although the materials available on our website will be of support to you, is a technical workshop that looks at a mapping tool we've constructed that gives each of you an ability to go at any scale you want, my block, my house, my neighborhood, my district, my city, my county, and pull data relevant to your issue. It's a very simple graphic information tool and mapping tool, so you can, with a desktop printer, produce the maps that tell your story at the scale you want to tell it at. So we're going to do a little training on that tool and its availability. That tool's on our website. It's interactive, and even I can use it, so you know it's simple. So that's the kind of map of the day. I think it'll be a good one. I'm going to turn it over to Bart, who will introduce our first four speakers, and we'll get right into it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Thank you all for coming out on this beautiful Saturday morning. So I'm going to introduce our speakers. First, we're going to have Johanna Walczak from Wisc, Buffalo. Johanna joined Wisc Buffalo in 2014 and previously worked in New York City with the Supportive Housing Network of New York, which is an advocacy group for affordable housing and homeless people. She has a great wealth of experience, and we really look forward to her talking about community development and housing. Next, we're going to have Kelly Dixon. Kelly Dixon is my counterpart as a program director for One Region Forward. She's with the Metropolitan Planning Organization for our region that really coordinates all of our transportation planning for Erie and Niagara counties. That's the Greater Buffalo Niagara Regional Transportation Council. Again, Kelly's going to really give a really great, exciting talk about some of the issues related to transportation in our region and as well nationally. Then we're going to have a talk from Miriam Kojesit, who is with the Food Systems Planning and Healthy Communities Lab here at the University of Buffalo School of Architecture and Planning. They do a lot of really interesting work in the realm of food planning and healthy communities. Miriam has a particular, she gets involved in a lot of different projects with them and has a particular interest in the role that immigrants contribute as entrepreneurs to food systems. So that should be a really exciting talk as well. The fourth presenter that we're going to have will be Erin Bartley, who is the executive director for Push Buffalo. Erin has a really, really exciting, interesting bio. I encourage you to read it. Some highlights: he has an attorney by trade and used that expertise and experience to come back to Buffalo to make a real impact in neighborhood and community development in our city, particularly on the west side of Buffalo. He's also very active in the Governor Cuomo's appointed Regional Economic Development Council, where he is kind of the advocate for smart growth for regional economic development planning. So those are our four speakers. Following that, we'll have three panelists who will join them. And we're really, really excited about the panelists that are joining us because they are actually past and continuing participants of the Citizen Planning School and some of our champions for change. So the first one will be Kara Oliver. She is a program specialist with the National Federation for Just Communities of Western New York. She has a lot of great experience in community organizing and is passionate about food systems issues and food access. Then we'll have Della Miller. Della Miller is also a continuing and past champion for change. Della has, again, really a lot of experience in the food realm, ton of work in doing stuff with food co-ops, all sorts of stuff in the food area, and she's kind of working on bringing a commercial kitchen to the east side of Buffalo. And then finally, Ashley Smith. Her day job, she's a communications coordinator for the Elmwood Village Association. She's an avid bicyclist as well as just pedestrian advocate. Very interested in different types of sustainable transportation systems. Recently found out that I think we can take a lot of credit for this. She is going to pursue her master's degree in urban planning next year at NYU. So we'll be sorry to see her move to New York, but really happy to celebrate that exciting news. As Bob said, we're going to have a session in the afternoon with Open Buffalo. Nate Gully and Franchelle Hart, two key people at Open Buffalo, are going to coordinate that. And again, that won't be us talking to you and having questions. It will really be an opportunity for you guys to really get involved and actively participate in an activity and workshop. Should be some really exciting stuff. And Brian Conley, my colleague at University of Buffalo Regional Institute, really manages a lot of our GIS stuff. He's really passionate about getting GIS tools in the hands of citizens, and it was a big part in actually building the tool that he's going to talk about. You'll kind of get an opportunity to learn how to build your own map that you can embed in your own block club website or community organization's website. So that should be an exciting opportunity as well. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first speaker to come up here, Johanna Walczak.